Good morning, friends, and welcome to my channel. I am Crystal, and this is Homemaking on the Homestead. And today I am going to spend a little bit of time just going through my day with you. It was a house cleaning day for this one, and I just want to talk about the fact that Jesus is enough. One of you wonderful ladies said that this is how you start your day. You write that at the top of your to-do list. And I just absolutely loved that. So after I've had my quiet time and I pull out my to-do list for the day, that is what I do. I begin by writing Jesus is enough. And then I write what I'm thankful for that day. And then I pray to the Lord to give me wisdom for my day. This has made such a difference in my day. I can't even believe it. It just does something to the heart and to the mind. And to know that, the Lord is going to equip me for that day with whatever it is that I may need to get through my day. I thought I'd share with you my incredibly simple and incredibly low maintenance daily self-care routine. I have always been a really low maintenance lady. I don't wear a lot of makeup. I don't apply a lot of lotions and creams and things to my face. Pretty much I wash it with my own homemade soap, and then I put the seaweed body cream that I shared about in a previous video on my face, and then I'm done. On this day, my hair was just kind of flying all over the place, so I put a bandana on, or a headband on, to keep it all in place while I went about my work. Have you ever had a day where you just feel like doing what you need to do is just difficult? It's hard, and maybe there's lots of reasons for that. You're tired, you're stressed, but it's just hard. And I think that we need to then remember when we deal with times like that Jesus is enough. 1 Peter 1:3 says, His divine power has given us everything we need for a godly life through our knowledge of Him who called us by His own glory and goodness. He has given us everything we need, and that includes being equipped to do the things that sometimes are difficult. But there's also another side to remember in this. Years ago, when I was studying Proverbs 31, the Proverbs 31 woman, I really honed in on, she does not eat the bread of idleness. And I remember feeling like I really need to use my time as wisely as possible, which is true. But I would make these huge to-do lists for myself and then try to work through them and try to get everything done, and only to be at the end of the day, and for whatever reasons, being a young mom, having a house full of children, just having a busy life, I did not finish my to-do lists. And then I would feel this sense of disappointment in myself, or a sense of failure. One lesson I've learned over the years is to be more realistic about what I plan for my day and what I can actually accomplish. The bigger lesson that I've learned is that Jesus is enough. His grace is sufficient. And while grace doesn't give us the ability to say, I don't need to do my very best in a day, it does let us be able to know that at the end of the day, we have done the best we can, and His grace is sufficient. Jesus is enough. And this is why I start my day asking the Lord for wisdom. For the wisdom about what to proceed with in my day and what things to tackle, what is the most important. I look to Him for those answers. Normally, as I go about my week, I try to tackle each room throughout the week so that I'm not doing it all on one day like I was this day. But between the power outage and my daughter and her family coming down and spending time at our house and showering and laundry, I had a lot more activity going on. And then, of course, I had to go out of town. And so by the time I got back, I just still had a lot of things to catch up on. And if you've ever had a time where you looked at your to-do list and thought, I have so much to do. Where do I even start? I don't know what to do. This used to happen to me all the time, especially raising 8 kids. I would find times where it just seemed ridiculously overwhelming to me, and I didn't know where to start. And so I would end up spending time just looking through my to-do list and trying to figure out, well, where should I begin? What's the place that I should start? I began to call that analysis paralysis, as I sat there and did nothing while there was so much to do. Have you ever had that happen to you? You just don't know where to start. You don't know what to do. I have a few tips that I use when that has happened, or things that I've learned over time, is that there's usually one big thing that you really just have been putting off or you don't want to do, and it is causing the most anguish in your thoughts and your planning for the day. And so what I have learned to do over time is just do that first. Whatever that project is, whatever that is that needs to be done, do it first so that your mind can be at ease and you can think more clearly. I also have a lovely quote from Elizabeth Elliot to share with you when it comes to to-do lists and what to do next. She says, sometimes life is so hard you can only do the next thing. Whatever that is, just do the next thing and God will meet you there. To me, that's a beautiful reminder that He will equip us, He will strengthen us, and He will give us the wisdom to do that next thing, because we all know that Jesus is enough. At this point, my housework was done for the day and it was time for me to focus on dinner. I had a rotisserie chicken. We had already had it as just chicken for one night, and I was planning to do the same thing for the second night. Only this time for a side dish, I was going to be making some rice pilaf. At least that's what I call it. It's basically rice with lots of delicious vegetables sauteed into it. The previous night, I had served a potato salad that we had purchased at the deli when we went shopping, but we had finished all of that off. And so now I was kind of thinking ahead, and I made this double batch of rice because, well, double for what my husband and I need, probably more than double, but because that night I was serving that with just chicken, but my plan is the next day to take the leftover chicken and turn that into broth and the chicken meat added to it and make gravy and have chicken gravy over rice, which we did. And we still have another night of that left. And after that, I'm going to take all the leftovers and have chicken soup. So that's a lot of good meals from a $5 rotisserie chicken. I think they're one of the most amazing bargains out there today. Ladies, I can't thank you enough for joining me today in this day in my life as I shared with you my thoughts on Jesus is enough. And I really hope that it encouraged you and inspired you, and no matter what, to always remember Jesus is enough. I pray that you have an amazing and blessed week ahead, and I will see all of you on my next video. Bye-bye.